And there we go, Honest. That's it. We're live.
Okay.
You done?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
What? How loud is that?
How loud do you need to put that down?
This reminds me...
I'll just let you do that first, Honest, yeah?
Okay.
It picks up good sound, doesn't it?
Do it again. Let me hear the bubbles.
That's good sound.
Yeah, it is.
That is such good sound.
This reminds me of when I was little and me and my friends used to play teachers, and we'd have our squash in our mugs and we'd drink it like this. We'd go... It's what teachers do, isn't it? They hold their mugs like this. Do you know what I mean? Then they go like this.
What teachers always look that pissed off?
Well, it was more the fact we were drinking out of a mug.
That's on you, isn't it? You can see that.
Yeah.
Is that a good...
Is my hair meant to be in it?
Well,
I've up to me.
I mean, your hair is literally blocking out the bottom of the sign, but it doesn't matter. People know what it is. How are you, Honest?
Okay, thanks. How are
you? You're nervous, aren't you? You are.
No, I just think this is really weird.
It's weird.
I think this is the weirdest thing you've ever made me do.
Honest, why is it weird?
I don't know. You love having a little project on the go, don't you? And this, I just think this is a very strange little project that you've got.
Why is it strange? What's strange about it? It's a fucking podcast.
I know. And then, you know, when you told me you were going to be doing a podcast,
Yeah.
all like I don't know why, but when I think podcast, I think of tiny little cupboards, and I was just imagining you like in a cupboard with a little microphone. Just, I don't know. It just isn't what I was expecting. It's very professional.
What podcasts are you watching where people do it in tiny little cupboards?
I don't know. I've never watched one. I just listened to them.
So you've never watched a podcast?
No.
What?
It's a podcast.
Yes, but they're better to watch. They're better to watch. People can actually see you on here.
Yeah, but the whole point of them is to listen to them.
Well, yeah, you can listen to and do both.
I normally listen to podcasts about serial killers.
Serial killers.
Yeah,
Say more.
my
Tell me about that.
my favourite one's called My Favourite Murder, and I'm obsessed with it. And I listen to it all the time. It helps me get to sleep as well.
What is it? Is it real life stories, or is it people reading books about
No,
murders?
it's two ladies called Karen and Georgia, and each episode they take it in turns to tell each other about a serial killer, which is like my favourite thing ever. So you're just listening to someone tell the other person about serial killers, because I just love serial killers so much.
Why?
Just love it. Just find it so interesting. Just like, it just blows my mind.
You're strange, Honest.
No, I'm not actually.
You are.
No,
do you watch
I
all
know
the serial killer programs on Netflix and that?
everything. I've got really good serial killer general knowledge.
Go on. Ted Bundy.
Yeah, what about him?
Have you seen the new film?
Yeah, of course. I haven't seen the new film with Zac Efron. I want to see that. But I've seen like any documentary about him.
So did you watch the Ted Bundy tapes?
Yeah, I did.
What did you think?
That he was fit. Like, you can't...
Did you actually?
Yeah, you can see why all these women were just like fell for it, because he was good looking, so you wouldn't expect him to be a serial killer.
Did you see the bit where he used to jump off his thing and like jump off his bed in his thing to like
Make
strengthen
holes.
his knee? No, to strengthen his knees, because he was going to jump out that library and do a runner. And he did it.
I didn't even notice that bit.
Yeah, he used to jump or something like he used to jump off his bed and just slam his feet on the floor so it strengthened his knees, and then he used to like run like.
He was a psycho, wasn't he?
Yeah, but then he used to apparently used to run for miles in his little room like this, and just build up his stamina. So when he just jumped out the thing, he could bomb it away.
I can't.
And he did it. He did it.
Yeah, and I can't believe how many times he escaped and like how it got to that.
He is Michael Schofield.
Yeah, he is, but a real version.
Yeah.
And nastier. Michael's nice. We like Michael.
We like Michael Schofield, don't we?
Yeah.
Did you watch
yeah,
Prison Break?
Yeah, but I haven't watched the new one because it's annoyed me that he's come back to life and left Sarah for so long, thinking she was dead.
Yeah, but so you didn't watch it?
I haven't watched the new season. No.
Yeah, but the new season then gives you a reason as to why he's done that, and it's well good. I actually think it's one of the best.
Yes, but you love naff stuff. So I feel like you would love that.
What do you mean I like naff stuff?
Like, you just love, like, naff things, I think.
Like what?
Like that. Like, you'd be like, oh, the new season of Prison Break, which everyone else says is rubbish.
No, they don't.
You would be like, oh, it's the best one yet. That is typical Janus.
I don't... I don't know what to say. I just couldn't disagree with you more.
I couldn't disagree with
You're
more.
naff.
Why?
You just are.
I don't think I'm naff. I think I like cool things.
Anna's talk to me about this new look you've got going on. And don't tell me this isn't a new look, because have I ever seen Anna's in a Nike top with gold chains and gold earrings?
Right, so I'm wearing gold because I wear gold on days when I don't want to put all my rings on because I'm normally a silver person. And you've only ever seen me really wearing what we have to wear on Tattoo Fixers, which just isn't what I would wear.
So that's what you would wear?
Yeah, I
You
always
don't-
look
Alice-
casual. Think about me.
Come on.
Okay, the only difference is it hasn't got a cat on it. Think about me and all my cat t-shirts. I always wear a t-shirt and jeans. Don't I, really?
I've never seen you in anything Nike.
Oh my God, are you
Ever.
joking?
No, never.
You want to start looking on my Facebook then?
Oh,
You want to
Well,
scroll
why
back.
do you upload selfies on that, do you?
No, but you want to just scroll back and just see. I wear what I want.
Scroll back to when, Anna? Way before.
I had a Wow Good Nike t-shirt I used to wear out all the time, and I'm talking this is about when I was 20.
You used to wear it out?
All the time. I'd have a nice dress on, and then I'd be like, this is too nice, and then I'd put a t-shirt on over the top of it, so the dress is like poking out the bottom a little bit, but then I've got a scruffy t-shirt on over the top. It was like my look. And back then I was always only gold jewellery, and then I became more mature and then evolved into silver.
And now you're going back to gold.
Now I just think gold's quite trendy at the moment.
I like gold. I prefer gold. Gold
Yeah,
ring.
you like gold because you're chavvy, but I like gold because I'm just sort of following the trend.
I'm chavvy. Look at what you're wearing. How am I chavvy?
Okay, you're chav trapped inside a really bland dress sense. You are, aren't you?
Honest. You said if we go on this podcast, do
Yeah,
not
you're
fucking stitch
stitching
me
me
up.
up. You
How am I
are.
stitching
You're
you
like,
up?
oh, you never look like that.
You started this by calling me a chav first, so you've started it
No.
now, so it's
When
going
did
to
I
get
call you
nasty.
chav?
innit?
I just called you chav just now, but before that, I didn't. I just said you like nothing.
You said I like naff things. You've called me a chav. And for anyone watching, before we left to come here, she said, "You're not going to stitch me up, are you?" And all you've done is come at me. Fucking naff.
I'm sorry. I won't anymore. Right, go on, tell me a bit about yourself.
Too late, Alice. You've started it now. You've started it. Talking to t-shirts, I'm going to give you this first. You know what's coming. Are you excited?
Yeah.
How excited?
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Right, wait there. Let me get this. I can't wait for you to see this. Oh, this is going to be so good. Right.
I'm nervous.
Okay. So, Arnis. Was that loud?
Yeah.
You know what's on the back?
Put a picture of me.
No, this is me on the.
Oh,
here.
that's you on the back.
Okay, this is me.
Yeah, nice.
So now-
I reckon you've deliberately drawn yourself nicer than what you actually look like.
Are you joking?
You've made yourself look really nice, and I know I'm nervous about what I'm going to look like now on the other side. Have you done a nice job of me or not?
I think I've done a really good job of you. Honestly. It's off. I found this picture and I thought she looks a bit creepy on this one, so I'm going to draw this one of her. It's true, honestly.
Creepy.
Yeah, creepy. But I think you're going to really like this.
Okay.
Are you excited?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Do you like it, Alice?
Oh god, I love it, but I hate it. I just. Oh my god.
Right, let me
The
show
thing
you
is,
that.
it
Let me
does
show-
look like me.
That's because it is you, Alice. You don't see that.
Oh my god, what picture is that? Why do I look so creepy?
Alice, you tell me you don't. Do you know what
It does
photo
look
this
like-
is? This is you were tattooing there,
Yeah.
and it's that creepy look you get. Do you not remember you uploaded this photo? I commented so many laughing faces on it, and that's because you look a bit creepy in it. I think that's a good job.
Yeah, it is. Let me have a look at it. I do really love it. I really love the writing, and do you know what you've really got spot on?
Well, no. The eyebrows.
Yeah.
The eyebrows look so thick, don't they?
They look thick, and the thing is, when I'm not doing my makeup or whatever, or if I'm plucking my eyebrows, I always think my eyebrows look an eyebrow shape. But when I look at pictures of my eyebrows, I always think they look like doorstops, and you've made them look like doorstops.
They do look like doorstops.
Blocks of cheese, like the cheese shape.
Lots of black cheese.
Yeah. And
don't you think I did a really... I mean, come on, tell me I didn't do a good job of that makeup.
Yeah, you have done. You've got... My cheeks look really nice in that.
Yeah.
Gwynna, my boyfriend, he always says that his favourite thing about me is my cheeks. So he'll go, God, your cheeks look good there. Yeah. He'll really like that.
Tell me you don't like the bum chin.
I was going to say my bum chin.
The bum chin is perfect.
It is actually really good. Yeah, I am really impressed with that.
Are you finding that the more you're looking at it, the more you like it?
Yeah. When it first came out, I was like, oh my God, who's this drag queen? And now I look at it, I'm like, yeah, it's me.
I think it's well good.
And you've got my head into it perfectly.
You are?
Head.
What's the number?
It was like an M. You know the head?
Oh, yeah.
So my head looks well good in there. Yeah, you have got that really well. It does look really good.
I'd say that's a new profile picture, that, honest, you know.
I actually am gonna. Have you got the Can you send me the PDF of it?
Yeah. I'm
gonna have that as my Instagram profile picture.
Oh, you actually?
100%, yeah.
Even though you look creepy in it.
I like it. I like creepy stuff. I love serial killers. Of course, I like it. I love it. Thank you so much, Jane. I really like that now. The more I look at it, the more I love it. My eyelashes look so good there as well. You are really good at makeup. Yeah, I'm real.
Don't you think caricatures are my strong point?
Such a strong point of yours.
And I never ever do them. I wish I could. I would love to tattoo more caricatures, but nobody wants them. I remember years ago, I would have had a full sleeve of like caricatures.
Yeah.
Thank God I didn't though.
Because that would have looked naff, wouldn't it? It would have.
Well, not if they were done properly, it wouldn't.
This is really. I really love that. You should be one of those people. You should set up a little easel next to the seaside.
No.
That's what I think of when I think of caricatures. Like people just doing it, and you have to like.
Yeah, but this is done on. I do that. I draw that on an iPad.
Yeah, that's really good. I really
sit
like
there with my iPad saying,
as well.
Do you want a caricature?
I actually love this.
Do you? Do you know what?
What?
I ordered that in like a double XL because I know you like baggy clothes.
Yeah, I do. I love big baggy
clothes. So I thought, Annis will wear that.
Because I can wear that for bed and everything. But I would want to wear this out and about.
Would you actually wear that? Would you go on a night out wearing that?
100%. But would I look like an idiot? Like, do you look stupid wearing a t-shirt with a picture of you on it? Do you look muggy?
No. I think you pull that off, Annis.
No, you're saying it because you want me to do it and look like an idiot.
No, I think that you're quirky enough to do something stupid like that. Yeah. You could. I reckon people would go, "What the fuck?" Oh, it's Alice. It's all right.
I absolutely love that.
Do you? Show it to me. Hold it up to me because I haven't looked at it properly. I looked at this 2 seconds before I give it you. And I was like, "Oh, that looks cool."
That is good, isn't it?
Yeah, your microphone's in the way, Annis. Do you like the pink background?
Yeah, I love it.
That was something I did last minute.
Shall I tell you what else I like about it? That the pink and the writing and stuff just makes it look a little bit creepier.
Yeah.
It is like Halloweeny, isn't it? I love it.
Don't you think Why did you do that? That is a promo shot for some. Whatever you were doing there, that is a promo shot, and you looked down the lens like that.
Oh God! I need to sort some stuff out.
Don't you think that smells of like sea salt? Smell it.
I'll tell you exactly what it smells
Yeah,
like.
go on.
And I've just had such a nostalgic moment smelling that then. Do you know, I will tell you exactly what this smells of.
Go on then.
Play-Doh, being the Play-Doh that you make yourself. I remember being little at playgroup making Play-Doh, and this is the exact smell of it.
No, I think it smells like sea salt.
Yeah, but there's salt in Play-Doh, I think.
Is there?
Yeah, I think so.
Does it smell like that?
Yeah.
Why does it? They've all smelled like that.
Why?
I don't know.
Why? I don't know, but I actually really, really love. I actually think this is so much. I don't know. It's been a bit of a whirlwind receiving this, but now that I like it, I really love it.
Do you actually?
When you first brought it out, I was like, oh no. But I do really love that. It's really nice. Thank you.
That's all right, Anis. That's for you.
Keep her there. I can put this with my collection of cool t-shirts because I've also got another Wow Good t-shirt.
From who?
I made it for myself. I found a really ugly picture of Gwynner. And
right. Gwynner is Alice's boyfriend.
Yeah, so I found a really ugly, horrible picture of him. Had it put on the front of a t-shirt and it says, "I love my boyfriend."
Is that what you did?
Yeah.
Has he seen it?
Yeah, he's always like, "Oh, can you get that off?"
What's the picture? Have you got it?
I'll find a picture of it. I've got a picture of me wearing it. He was just like, he was like, oh, "Why have you done that?" And I was like, "Because it's true." He was like,
I'm going to see if I can find this creepy picture of you.
I don't want to see
Just to show everyone how creepy you're actually looking at.
I don't want to see the creepy
No,
picture.
everyone's got to see it. Have you got it? He doesn't look ugly in that.
Oh, yeah, but the actual photo of, look at him. He looks like a horrible little snuffly pig. Doesn't he? If in real life...
Show that to the camera. Pass it here, I'll show it. No, there you go. Can you see that? There's a light shining on that. Can anyone see that? There we go.
See my I love my boyfriend t-shirt. Whenever I wear it, he's always like, "Oh, for God's sake."
Wait there. Let me find this.
I love this.
Anna's Perrin.
I'm even going to cut that little one out there and stick it on my phone or something.
Do you reckon everyone really wonders why I call you Annis? Do you reckon they go, why does he call her Annis?
When you tweet me or write on any of my pictures, people always comment being like, "Why?"
They think it's anus.
Yeah, people think anus, but it is, but it's not.
Yeah, it's just the way I say it.
Yeah.
Right, I found that picture.
Yeah, it's horrible.
I mean, right, wait there.
I do look sinister in it, don't I?
Let me just save this a sec. Gotta save this.
Yeah, I do.
I'm good.
It's not my
You
best
need to
angle.
hold that t-shirt up, and I'm going to hold this up next to it. Where has it gone? Why is that not saved? Wait there. Bastard. I don't know why that didn't just save.
Why do you have to save it?
I don't know. I don't actually have to save it, do I?
Oh.
Right, okay. Because I wanted to just zoom it in dead big. Right. So there it is. I don't know if you can see that, but there you go.
Yeah, it
Annis.
is.
Creepy Annis.
It is creepy. I can see why you'd want to pick that one. But I do think you've made a really good job of this.
It's good, isn't it? Do you think I can make a living out of that?
Yeah, you can, but I still think you've drawn yourself really, really nice.
Why?
I
I've
just
made
think-
myself really pale on it as well. Don't you think?
Yeah, you are quite pale, but you are pale. You're a pale person.
Well, exactly.
So
I haven't exactly been nice to myself and given myself a nice little tan, have I?
No, but you've made
I've
yourself
made my
look
teeth
very
massive.
chiseled.
I am chiseled.
You've made yourself look more chiseled.
Annis, look at my brow. Look at it. It's the same. Look
I
how much
know,
I've made.
yeah,
I've stuck it out.
But I do think you've made yourself look really nice.
I disagree.
But,
Yeah.
but I know you have accentuated your best feature.
Well,
And I suppose
wait there.
with
My best feature, what, my teeth?
Yeah. What you think is your best feature?
What do you think is your best feature?
I do think I've got a nice strong brow, and you have accentuated that here. Other than that, I think my mouth in general is my best feature.
What, teeth?
My teeth and my lips, and just like my actual mouth
area,
apart from my moustache. That's going to be going soon.
Do you want to tell everyone about that?
No.
Can I?
What?
Tell everyone that you're...
I'm getting my moustache lasered off.
There you go. You've told everyone now. I didn't have to say it. You did it.
Okay, it's out in the open.
Why? Honest, in all honesty, I've never noticed a moustache.
Thank you. It's because I keep on top of it.
What? How often do you pluck it? Every day?
Yeah, just...
Every day?
Well, just if I've got a little whisker there, I'll be like, oh, quickly get the tweezers out.
But if you were to let it grow, how would it grow full on beard?
No.
Would it be like a slug above your lip? Would it be a shadow?
A shadow.
Would you actually notice it? I don't think you would.
I don't know, but I think girls really notice when they've got moustaches.
Yeah, but do you think girls are more paranoid about it?
Yeah.
Because they're probably not supposed to have moustaches.
Well, they do, but we just whip them off.
Doesn't that make it worse, though? Doesn't that make it grow back thicker?
I don't know, Jane.
Anna, tell me about laser treatment. Does it hurt?
Hair removal?
Hair removal.
No, not at all. Just feels
Do you numb
warm.
it?
No, nothing. They put some, like, jelly on it. They put some jelly on it, like, if you were pregnant and you go into the hospital for them to look at the baby. You know, what's it called? Ultrasound.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's like that jelly. They put that on it, and then they just... Yeah, you don't feel anything. You just feel
So it
warm.
does numb it?
No, but the actual it doesn't.
It doesn't hurt?
No,
What does it feel like?
just a bit warm.
Does it sound... You've had actual laser treatment from tattoos, though? Is
Yeah,
it similar?
nothing like that.
Does it make the same sound and all that?
No, it like makes like just a little small clicking noise. Like,
And
there's
how is
no,
it doing?
there's
What
no
is it doing?
sound or
Burning the
anything.
follicles away?
Well, it's damaging them or something. I don't really know.
You're just letting someone blast your face.
Yeah, but when you have tattoo laser removal, that kills, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And that's like pinging an elastic band.
Have you had much tattoo laser removal?
No.
Oh, I can't stop burping now, John, like Lucasade.
Oh, I love a big burp.
I know.
I'd love to just neck a can of fizzy drink and just do such a big burp. I
Do you want
love
it?
doing that. No.
Do you know, I would, but I can't be asked running upstairs and getting one.
Yeah, no. Go on then, tell me about you.
No. It's not about me, Alice, it's about you. Tell me about you. Tell me how you got into tattooing.
So, I always thought I was going to be a teacher.
Because the way you drink tea?
Just always wanted to be. I just really wanted to be a teacher, and I wanted to make sure I was teaching art. I just knew I had to be doing something creative to be happy. So I was doing my degree in fine art, and then for part of the degree we had to do a thing called work-based learning. So I went to this school and I was teaching like high school kids pottery.
You've never told me that.
Haven't I?
No. So you were actually a teacher?
Well, I
For
only
another.
lasted 2 weeks because I absolutely hated it.
What? Because of what the kids are like?
Hated the kids. Like
How old were they?
from year 7 to year 11.
And you were how old?
Like 22.
What were they like? They're cocky.
Dead cocky. Just didn't want to learn. They used to shout at me a lot.
They shout at you.
Yeah, they used to call me a lesbian, and I don't know why. No, I've got a problem with it, but I'd just be like, why are you saying that? Like, they were really really horrible.
Why did you find out why they were calling you a lesbian?
No, probably just the way I dressed or something. I don't know. They just the kids will say anything, won't they? Like, they would just think, look at her, let's pick on her. It was like that.
They needed to get into your head, and they did, Annis.
And I think because it was like an after-school club, I felt like the kids that were there were the kids whose parents didn't want them to come home just yet. Like, these parents probably like, oh my God, these kids are horrible. Make them stay at school an extra hour so we get an extra hour without them. Like, they were little shits. They were horrible. So I went into my tutors and I just said, I can't do this anymore. Like, this is just not for me. Like, I only want to be teaching people art. if they're passionate about it. Otherwise, what's the point? Like, I just don't want to. And then they were like, oh, well, you'll have to go and do a master's then, and then you can teach college level or university level. And I just couldn't be in education any longer. I felt like I'd been a student forever. Like, I just kept being in education and I just didn't want to be anymore. So then they said, right, we have to find something else to do. And I already used to draw tattoos for people because like everyone knew I was good at drawing and I was arty. People would just ask me to draw tattoos for them. So that's what I was doing. And then I thought, right, if I'm doing that and I quite enjoy actually doing the drawings, I'll see whether I could to have that as a job. So I went to a couple of tattoo shops, and then one, they'd seen some of my drawings and stuff, and they were like, yeah, we'll take you on or whatever. And then, well, that's how it happened.
And that's it? You just walked into a tattoo shop and you were like...
Well, I went to a couple, and then that one was like, yeah, we've seen your drawings about. So them knocking around Hereford. And
then what did you have to do when you started tattooing? When
just
you started working
at
the shop?
I was just like sat there drawing because I was only really there for a bit of work experience to begin with, and then I just clean things and watch them setting up and breaking down, and just ask loads of questions about what they were doing and how they knew what to do, and just stuff like that, really. Like, probably was like that for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, you have to obviously learn now to... Hygiene's first, isn't it? You have to learn all that first, and then you're constantly drawing as well.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed that bit, though, did you?
Yeah. I mean, found it really exciting. Yeah,
I mean, I was itching to tattoo, but I was more nervous to tattoo, and I quite liked where I was, just drawing all the time.
Yeah.
I used to think then, if I could get paid good money just to sit here and draw for everyone, I'd happily do that forever as well. But then, obviously, once you start tattooing... When you started tattooing, tell me about your first tattoo. Was it bad? How bad was it?
So bad. It was so bad.
Like, how bad are we talking? Like, do they still have it? Do they still have this tattoo?
I was working in this shop, and the man that owned the shop, he wasn't a tattooist or anything, and he was like, right, I'd been practicing on like pigskin and fruit or whatever, and then he was like, Alice, you're gonna do a tattoo today, and I was like, oh no, I didn't feel ready, and the men that I worked with weren't that nice, really. Like, I don't know, I felt very alone all the time. Like, I'd ask for help and they'd be like, I don't know, I just wasn't really getting very good help at the first place I was in. So anyway, this boss, he brings in this man. He didn't have any teeth, and I don't think he would have cared what I'd have done on him. Like, he just...
wanted to tattoo? Yeah.
And he wanted a rose. So I did this rose on him, and the whole time I was doing it, I was like, this is not good. And I found it really... Like, in the early days of tattooing, I found it really frustrating that I could draw really well, but then I couldn't tattoo well. Because I was like, it's the same thing, but obviously it's not. But I found it really frustrating that I just couldn't be good at it straight away. And I did this rose, and he looked at it, and he was just like, that is stunning, Bab. That is stunning. Right? So I was like, oh, thank God he likes it.
Was it bad?
Oh, he was like, that is stunning. Absolutely stunning, Bab. So I was like, oh, thank God he likes it. But it was horrendous, I thought. It was awful. I didn't tattoo again then for months.
Did he have other tattoos?
Yeah.
Right.
All of sort of, like, yeah.
Was it black and grey?
Yeah.
You don't even do black and grey.
I know, it was awful. I'm pretty sure as well I was shading it with a liner. I can't even remember using a mag on it. Honestly, like, it was awful. And every now and then I'll see him.
Has he still got it?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And I'll see him and he'll go, oh, I still got it. Don't forget where you started. And he'll like whip it out. And I'll be
so
like,
he knew it was your first tattoo, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
And he thought it was that good.
Yeah,
Don't you find that when you start out tattooing that so many people do not have a clue what a good tattoo is?
No.
That they think, oh, the apprentice will do it. And they go, oh, yeah, because it's free.
Yeah.
And then they have it done and they're like, oh, my God, it's amazing. And you look and you think, okay, all them lines are shit.
I can't believe that some of the people who let me tattoo them.
Yeah.
Right,
I had loads of mates that were just
I
like,
tattooed loads of my
yeah, I'll let you
friends.
tattoo me, mate. And I used to think, you have no idea what I'm going to do to you.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be bad.
Yeah, like you'd be like, you've got no idea, and I've
Yeah.
got no idea what I'm going to end up doing. Like, you don't know how it's going to turn out, do you?
And I remember, like, I did my second tattoo on a friend of mine and Dan's, and I did this. Oh my god! And it was a cover up. Yeah.
What? Your second tattoo was cover
My
up?
first tattoo was a cover up. First tattoo I ever did was a
No.
cover up as well.
God,
Yeah.
they threw you in at the deep end.
Well, no, the lad who I worked for drew the design on, and all I had to do was line it and colour it in.
Right.
It was solid black. But then the second tattoo, I was like, right, I know how to do a cover up, right? And he had a British bulldog
Yeah.
in a flag on his back, right, about this big, and it was on his like left shoulder, and I was like, I know exactly what will cover that, and I spent all night drawing this design, right, and it was like an eye shape, like an eye,
Yeah.
not like the letter I, like an eye,
Yeah.
and in it I literally done like loads of like Polynesian patterns,
Yeah.
but then just coloured the square in black, yeah. So it was black, and all the Polynesian patterns merged into this big black square. And I just thought at the time, this is going to be the bollocks. And it took up half of his back, yeah, like right at the top of his back. And all the
And
lines
this
were
was your
shaky.
second
Yeah, my
tattoo?
second tattoo. All the lines were shaky. He was well up for it. He was like, yeah, mate, this will be well
Yeah,
good.
the people are real chilled about it, aren't
Yeah,
they?
I was thinking, fucking hell. So I did it, coloured it in. Oh my God. It was horrific, right? Horrific. All the lines were shaky. The black wasn't in solid. You could still see all of the time. And he loved it, yeah. And then years later, we were out in Real. I'd been tattooing for about 3 years, and we were out in Real. And so this lad comes up to me, and he's talking. I was out with Ian at the time, and the lad comes up to me, and he's like, "Oh, you're a tattooist. You're well good." And he goes, he was next to me. He goes, "Yeah, look, he's done mine," and whips his top off. And I was like, "Fucking pull that top down! Don't you ever get that out again." And then when Dan started tattooing,
Yeah.
Dan did his first tattoo next to it,
No way.
so his back is fucked.
Why do people let us do it?
He loves it. He
Does
still
he?
loves it. He's
That's
like, "No,
good.
it's your second tattoo. It's Danny's first. I love it. Fuck it." And I
This
was
is like
"Oh."
my mum though, because she let me do one of my, I think it was like maybe my 5th ever tattoo. I did it on her. It's on her ankle. She had like these little flowers, and then I'd done like dotted swirls because I was just like, I can't do a swirl because it won't look like a swirl. Like it will look so wobbly.
Yeah,
I was
you
like,
know
I
when you
just
do a circle, how wobbly is it the first time
my
you ever
God,
do
so
it?
you can't do
It's like,
circles.
how do you do a
yeah,
circle?
it's so hard. So I said to her, I'm not doing any like lined in swirls because that swirl is just there out in the open by itself. If it doesn't go right, everyone will see it. So I'd done these like dotted swirls, and I'd done these flowers on her. And where I was really like nervous, but also it was like on my mum, I'd done it so lightly, right, that this tattoo, like
Just
it's
fell out.
so faint, it's hardly in there. You meant to have
That's
that on
your
silent.
phone,
No,
Anna.
it's not. Mine doesn't vibrate. My phone doesn't vibrate.
Oh,
I
no.
don't have vibrate on.
Oh shit.
God, you've ruined that one, haven't you?
Sorry, go on. So the tattoo was really like.
So the tattoo was really, really light, but my mum absolutely loves it, and she always goes
Still?
to me. Yeah, and she'll see people, and she'll go, "Oh yeah, my daughter's tattoos. Look at what she's done on me." Always whipping it out to people, and she always says to me, "Why can't you do tattoos like this anymore? Why don't you do these nice light, faint ones anymore? Why don't you do that?" And I was like, I always say to her, because that is really badly done, and she's always like, "Oh, it's my favourite one you've ever done on me."
Well, she likes how faded it is.
She loves how like shit it is, basically, like how faded and see-through.
Do you hate it?
Yeah, it's crap.
Do you know what? Years ago, my mum's not got any tattoos. Neither's my dad, but my mum wanted one a few years back. And I always feel like if I was to tattoo my mum and dad, I never get nervous tattooing anybody. I never feel even a slight bit of nervousness. But if I was to tattoo my mum, I'd feel nervous.
Yeah,
because it's my
I
mum.
feel nervous.
Do you know what I mean?
My mum.
Yeah, but like when she asked me and Dan to do a tattoo each on a few years back, and we were just like talking about designs and stuff, and we didn't end up getting around to it. But now I look back and think, you know, because you progress so much as a tattooist over the years, you know, I always think if I'd have done one then, I'd probably be looking at it now feeling guilty.
Yeah.
Just thinking,
Yeah.
Shit, that
Well,
was
I've done a
terrible.
cover-up on my mum.
On what?
She wanted, this was when I started out as well. She was like, oh, I really want a little feather on me. So I did this little feather on her, and she made this real big fuss about wanting it to look as faint as the flowers, and she wanted it to look see-through like the flowers. And I was like, Mum, like, that's not good, but I'll do it in like a grey ink or something, like, you know, so it's a bit washed out. She wanted loads of white in it. So I did this, and she wanted it tiny as well, you know, like what mums are like. So she wanted it really, really little. She was a well annoying customer. Did it, and she had it for about, well, a couple of months, and then she said to me, we're going to have to cover this up. It looks like a banana. So we did, had to cover it up.
Because it looked like a banana?
Yeah, it did. It did look.
Was it in
like
colour?
No.
Just the way it was shaped.
Yeah, and just the fact that she was so like adamant she didn't want any black in it, that it was hard to make it look like defined or anything, so it just looked like a little banana. So I had to cover that up.
What did you cover it up with?
Some flowers.
Oh, sure.
What else?
And then tell me how you approach for tattoo fixers then.
So I by this point I was working in a different shop, like the first shop where I had to do my first ever tattoo. I didn't stay there for very long because I was only really there on work experience. And then when it was time for me to go back to uni, they were like, well, you don't need a degree to be a tattooist. You're going to have to pick. You either do this or you go back to uni. And I just knew I couldn't not. Like, my mum and dad had killed me. So I went back to uni, and then the shop I was working at after that, the man from there said to me, oh, do you want to come and work for me? So I did. And I then was an apprentice for him for about a year. So whilst I was like still at uni, like my last year of uni, I was apprentice the whole time, and I was also a carer as well. So I was doing home care, like going to people's houses and looking after them. And then my boss had said to me, right, when you graduate, after your graduation, you'll stop being an apprentice, and then this is your job. Like, you can give up being a carer, like you come here and we'll put your prices up, and this is your job then. Mm-hmm. So that happened, and then about 2 months after that, it was like my full-time job. 2 months later, I had an email saying, oh, we work on a TV programme called Tattoo Fixers, like, we really like your work, we'd like to speak to you. And then I was like, oh my God, what the hell is going on? Showed like the two blokes that I worked with and was like, what should I do? And they were like, wow, just reply, you got nothing to lose. So I did, and then they were like, oh, can we give you a call? And they rang me up and had a phone call with me. And then it just kept going, like there kept being all these other stages. They were like, oh, we've got lots of girls that we need to go and see, but we definitely want to come and film with you. So they came and filmed with me. And then a couple of weeks later, they were like, oh, we want to, you know, you're down to the next stage. We want to come and film with you again. They came and filmed with me again. And then my next stage, then they were like, oh, you're down to the last 3 now, and we want you to come to London and do a chemistry test with Jay, Sketch and Paisley. And I was like, oh my God, what's a chemistry test? And they were like, oh, just basically we need to see if you've got chemistry on camera with them. And I was well nervous. I remember that day before coming to meet you lot, oh my God, I've never been so... I had 3 baths that morning. Because I'd have a bath to try and like calm down and try and... Because I wasn't getting picked up from my hotel till 2 o'clock. And I'd woken up at like the crack of dawn because I was so nervous. So I'd got up, I was like...
Alice, you're so OTT.
Oh, don't. So I then was like, oh God, I have to have a bath to calm down. So I had a bath, and I'd like try and calm down. I'd get out of the bath, and then I'd start feeling really nervous again, and I'd be like, well, what else can I do? And they said, I'm going to have to have another bath. I had 3 baths, right? All before meeting you to keep trying to calm down. And then when I got picked up, and I was all like, just in the car coming to meet you all, and I was so nervous. And then I got out of the car in my little suitcase, and then Sketch was waiting outside, and I was like, oh my God, it's Sketch. And he was like, you all right? You the makeup girl? Yeah. Like, just picked up my suitcase and walked it in, and I was like, no, I'm not the makeup girl. Like, I'm here to see you. And he was like, oh, to see us? What do you mean? And I was like, well, I'm one of the tattooists. And he was like, oh, are you? And he was like, you know, like what he's like real laid back. So then I like felt even more nervous. And then I walked in, and then you lot were there, and I was just like, oh my God, this is so scary. Then I had to go like get my makeup done, and then we got on well good straight away.
Yeah,
didn't we?
I remember when those 3 came in, you were having your makeup done. Were you? I think you were the last one, weren't you?
I was the second one.
Were you?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Do you know how I know I was the second one?
Why?
Because when I left, you were all like, "Oh, we don't even need to see the next one. We like her."
Yeah, we were like that.
Yeah.
We were just like, why? We don't need another one. Like, she's the one, like, because obviously Lou left, and then the show had already taken off. But then when we were doing the chemistry test, we'd already done one, and I can't remember the other guys really. I can't even remember. I just remember you, Anna.
Yeah. But we got on well good straight away.
No,
didn't
it was
we?
really good. Do you remember the client and that came in?
Yeah, I
was
remember
funny.
him saying, because he had like a kid, and then he found out it wasn't his kid or something, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I was so nervous that day, and I never thought I'd get it because I just didn't have the experience. I'd only been tattooing like
but none of
almost
it...
2 years.
Oh, you mean the experience in tattooing?
Yeah, so I just didn't think I'd ever get it. And when they first, like, I was approached and they were like, "Oh, can you send us examples of cover-ups you've done?" I'd only done 2 cover-ups, so I sent examples of those 2, but then was just sending them like my favourite tattoos I've done, and was like, "Oh, that was covering up a Chinese symbol," even though it wasn't. It's just a nice tattoo. So I like really blagged it, so I never thought I was going to get it. And listen to this, right? So do you believe in like fate and signs and stuff? I don't know if I've ever told you this. When they were like, "Oh, thank you very much, like, it's great that you've come down, next time we'll be in touch, we'll let you know like whether you've got the job or not." I'd gone camping, and we'd gone to this, like, it just rained the whole time. It was meant to be like a boozy camping weekend, and it was well rainy. So we'd gone to this cinema, and I can't remember what we watched, some Maze Runner or something. Anyway, when I got my ticket for my seat, I was like, "Oh my God, look at what seat I'm in. Look at what seat I'm in." Guess what my seat number was? And I was like, this is when I was waiting to find out whether I got it or not. It's a sign. When I tell people this story, people never get it. And then when I tell
Number
you...
2.
People always say that.
Because
right?
you were the second
Yes,
person.
I
It's the obvious one, no?
Yeah. So when I tell the story, I never tell people I was the second person anymore, because everyone used to go, "Number 2.
Okay, so if you don't... Should I know this? Should I know what it is?
You'll know it. It's a sign. I was like, "Oh my God, look at what seat I'm in."
In the cinema?
In the cinema, yeah.
Look at what seat I'm in.
So it's a letter of the alphabet and a number, because it's like row something, seat. Come on. You know it.
T3.
What?
I don't know why I said
What's
that.
T3?
Say TF? FT? Something?
No, it's a letter and a number.
Okay.
And it's a sign. I was like, "Oh my God."
I don't know, go on.
E4.
Fuck off.
No, I was in E4.
No, you never.
Yes.
Did you actually?
Yes. And then they rang me a couple of days later, and they were like, "Please, will you be
Did
our
you say,
artist?"
you said, "Look what seat I'm in at the cinema"?
Yeah, I went, "Oh my God."
And did you
look
think
at what
then,
seat I'm in?
I'm going to get this?
And everyone was like, "Oh my God, maybe you've got it. Maybe this is a sign, this is a sign." And I was like, "It is a sign of something, because this is what's going on at the moment."
How did I not guess that?
How did you not?
It's
It's
so
so
obvious.
obvious, so obvious. E4.
E4,
That's the channel
that's
it's
well
on.
good.
Yeah. And then they rang me a couple of days later, and they were like, "Please, will you be our artist?" Because they were really nervous. They thought I was going to say no.
Why?
Because after my chemistry test, I basically confessed and was like, "I feel really guilty. I actually haven't done very many cover-ups, and I can't live with the guilt. I'm scared I'm going to get the job, and I can't do cover-ups." So they thought I was going to say, "No, I don't want to do it," because I then was like, I don't know. I haven't got very much experience." So they were like, "Please, will you be our artist?" And I was like, "Yeah, okay."
But you've done some good cover-ups on us.
Oh, but I only cover up little things, don't I?
Well, yeah, but that's responsible though, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, that is actually. That's a good way to put it. Thanks, Jane.
That's all right. I mean, they're only flowers, like, but you know, Anna does all the girly shit.
Yeah, I like a girly tat.
Do you tattoo many blokes?
Never.
Because of your style?
When I tattoo boys, it'll either be my boyfriend or my brother, or because I really only tattoo women and girls, sometimes they'll come in with their boyfriends or their husbands, and we'll all have a really nice time together, and then like the husband will be like, "Oh, you don't tattoo many men, do you?" And I'll go, "No, not really. And unless you wanted something that I knew I could do, then I just wouldn't
But you've
bother."
got a specific style, so
yeah, and
you
it's
can't
quite
really...
feminine.
Yeah.
And so if I do tattoo men, it's men that have come in like with their girlfriends and been like, "Oh no, I don't want anything really manly. I just want like it's like normally an owl or something, like pattern work or something, and then I'll do that. And I always I find it hard drawing something for a boy, because I always I find it so easy to draw girly stuff that when I'm drawing for a boy, I find it really hard to like get in the boy zone of like drawing something masculine. And a lot of the time, not a lot of the time, it's some of the time, when I've tattooed a boy, afterwards I'll be like, oh my God, it's so manly, like this is so different to what I do. God, you look really butch now, don't you? But in my head I'll be thinking, God, that's girly. And then I just say lots of like macho words to like try and make it seem more manly, because I think, oh God, is that a bit girly for a boy? But
they chose it.
They do always love it afterwards. So
do you know what I get? I always get. Do you ever get this, right? When people come up to you and they go, "What do you think of this tattoo?" They got a tattoo. Okay, what do you say? I go, and I wait, because I don't know whether they're going to go to me, God, it's shit, isn't it? Or isn't it good? Because I've had people before come up to me and go, what do you think of this? And thinking they're going to go, what can you cover it with? And I'll go, oh, I don't know what you can do with that. And they'll go, what do you mean? And I'll go, what do you mean? And they go, well, I really like it. And then I'll go, oh, yeah, it's really nice. Don't want to cover that up. But because you never know now whether people are showing you something that they like or whether they hate it. Yeah. Do you get that? Yeah, but like I always think that because they've seen you on TV, they want your opinion on it, right?
Yeah.
So they go, what do you think of this tattoo? And because they say it like that, you don't know whether they hate it or they like it. And I always go, do you like it? And then they go, yeah. And I go, that's all that matters then, isn't it?
Oh, you're going to start doing that. That's wow, good.
Because I don't. If I see a lot of tattoos and I think most of them are shit. So I don't really. If someone likes their tattoo, why would you go, it's shit? Unless they say, do you think it's shit? I say, yeah, I think that's shit.
Because people have really bad tattoos on them that they really love. Like they're like blinded by the shitness of it and they think it's really good. And I think you cannot say to somebody that's a bad tattoo because they've got it forever and you'll just break their heart. Like you've just got
unless they ask you, do you think it's bad? Then I'll be honest with them and say, yeah, that's shit.
Yeah,
but if they say, what do you think? Because you don't know the answer. You don't know whether they think they like it or not. So you just say, do you like it? That's all that matters then.
I'm gonna start.
You say it in that voice, and it's, do you like it?
Do you like it?
Really soft, like, do you like it? And they go, yeah. And they go, well, that's all that matters then, isn't it?
Do you like it?
Yeah, I love it.
Well, that's all that matters then, isn't it?
That's like you sound patronising.
Yeah, I did then, didn't I?
No. But that's the best way out of that one.
Okay, I'm going to start doing that. I've never even thought to even do that. That's proper thinking outside the box. I'm going to start doing that. Do you like it? Yeah, I'm going to do that. Thanks, Jane. Good tips. Good tips.
Tip there, to be honest.
What other tips have you got?
I haven't got many tips, really, honest. Do you think that you will ever do anything else? Like, as in, like, your style of tattooing? Would you think you'll try and learn something else? Would you learn realism? Would you try that? Or would you just think, no, this is what... Do you enjoy... What I'm saying is, do you love what you do enough to think, I could just do this forever? Because I know I could just tattoo portraits forever and not delve into anything else. I would enjoy that.
I don't have an interest to learn to do portraits.
Yeah.
Because... Like, if you said to me, right, copy this, I could copy it. Like, as in drawing on pencil or whatever, but I don't get enjoyment out of it. If I'm copying something, I don't get the enjoyment out of it. Whereas the stuff that I do, a lot of the time I'm imagining things and, like, making things that girly and putting things together. I think I haven't got the attention span to be having to do something so precisely.
Isn't that so weird that, like... We both obviously do the same job, but the way you create in your head is completely different to the way I do. Because if someone brings in me a photograph to copy, I think perfect. My job then is to get that bang on to that, like to be a photocopier.
Yeah.
Whereas yours is more like I'm going to create something completely new here.
Yeah.
Something that's so different and unique. Whereas I want to put that photo on your skin.
Yeah. It's weird, isn't it? Because I have people sort of... With me, like, people will send me an email and they'll be describing something that they're like, oh, I really like this, but then I love my nan, and my nan reminds me of tomatoes, but I don't want just tomatoes on me, and I want other, like, do you know what I mean? And then it's my job then to do something that's like incorporating tomatoes, but also making it a really pretty, nice tattoo.
Do you get a lot? I know the answer to this, but because people watching probably won't know that. But do you get? I know you're gonna say but do you get a lot of emails about things that say, I want this in it, I want that in it, I want this, and you just think that is never, ever gonna work.
Or people wanting
There's no way.
People wanting so much stuff all on a foot. And I'm like, that won't fit on there. You'll fit that at a stretch on a back piece, but you're not getting that on a foot.
How big's your foot?
Yeah. I want this, and I want that, and I want the tree of life, and then I want some buffalo in the background, but I also want to incorporate the Sahara Desert a little bit. And I want it all on my foot. You just can't do it. It's just... We're not magicians, are we?
No, but people think you are, don't you?
Yeah.
And with the cover-up stuff, like, so many people go, so can you cover up anything? And I'm just like, no.
Yeah,
it's
that's
just,
what people say to me.
There's stuff that's just impossible to cover up. Because we do so many stuff that you think, wow, how have you done that? It's so unique to the person, isn't it? Because you could see something and be like, that's easy. And someone might go, but you said no to something that looked easier. But it's just the way you have to... It's what they want to go over that.
Yeah, and also where it is on the body sometimes, and how the previous tattoo was done. Like, something could be the same size, but one thing could be really faded and blurred, and the other one could be really dark and heavy. And I
tell you one thing we do need to clear up, is that, because we get told this a lot, and people always go, why do they always cover up something small with something massive on tiny faces? Right, let's just clear this up for a second, right? So when people watch the show, I feel like they miss the bit where the person tells us what they want.
Yes.
So someone might have a tiny bit of writing on. I remember this lad, he had a tiny bit of writing on his stomach, and he goes, I want a portrait of a gorilla.
Yeah.
So were people thinking I was going to do a gorilla this big on his ribs? Because you have to take into consideration where this tattoo is going. I always think that if someone's going to have a rib piece...
Sorry.
Oh, that was lovely. That was fucking... You thought my phone vibrating was fucking rude. So, if someone's having a rib piece, I always think you need to fill it. Do you? You think... Don't walk around with half a little...
Area,
yeah.
So, I've got a few other things as well to clear up.
Go on.
So, that's number one. Obviously, they've asked for it.
Yeah.
Number two... You're doing something on somebody that's going to be on them for the rest of their life. If they want it big, you've just got to do... We're not... Sometimes we'll do things smaller and they'll go, can I have it a bit bigger? Because it's their body, and if they want it big, they want it big. Number three, they're not going to get people on there that want tiny little things, because at the end of the day, they've still got to make good telly, so they need a good end result. If something's really little but someone's like, I've got this amazing idea, you'll get them on, because you want to watch stuff that's going to have a good outcome, don't you? And number four, they're not paying for it. So, of course, they're going to want it big.
Yeah. But the other thing is, when you're doing cover-ups as well, say if someone says, for example, this would never happen, but say if someone wanted this. They've got a cover-up.
That would happen.
Would you? So if someone had writing that they wanted to cover up that was this big, and they said, I want that logo over it. You have to look at that and think, where can I lose that tattoo in that image? Because this is all white and see-through.
Yeah.
So it has to go in the darkest bit of the tattoo.
In your beard.
Then I've got to also be careful of the placement where it is going on the body.
Yeah.
So it might either be in the beard, in the t-shirt, or in these bits here, the darkest bits here.
All the hair.
All the hair. Yeah, that's true, the hair, depending on where it is. I couldn't, get some people that go, I want this big tribal covered up with this portrait of my mum.
Doesn't work.
Where am I going to cover that tribal? Where's that tribal going to go through her face? Do you know what I mean? That is something that needed clearing up, because I get asked that so many times. Why did you cover up something so small with something so big? That's the answer, guys.
Yeah.
That's the answer.
And if somebody said to you, here you go, you can have this cake for free. Do you want all of it? Or do you just want a couple of slices? You'd have all of it, wouldn't you? So if someone says to you, you can have this tattoo, or we can just do a really little pissy one on you, you go, oh no, I want the big boy, wouldn't you? You would, wouldn't you?
I think 9 times out of 10 people would.
Yeah.
They? Unless you're scared of the pain and all that crap.
Yeah.
But the other
we
thing...
do some little ones.
Yeah.
Like, if it can be little, we do little ones.
But also, sometimes you think... They'll say, I want it really small. You think you can't have it small because of the detail and stuff in it. It has to be a certain size. Yeah, and this is what people don't see. This is all the conversations that go on in between the consultation and the tattoo. That sizing up and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm glad we've cleared that one up.
Yeah, I'm glad.
If anybody was wondering, cover up chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yesterday I tweeted saying that you were going to be on this.
Yeah.
And I said, if anyone's got... I'll tell you what I wrote. So I put, tomorrow I'll be recording a brand new podcast with this arsehole. Like doing it. If you have any questions for Alice, then tweet your questions in on this post. Episode coming this Sunday. So, let's have a look at some of the questions.
On Sunday, you're not going to have time to do all this. You're busy. You're going up Snowdon tomorrow.
Not tomorrow. Saturday.
Oh. What are you doing tomorrow? Working?
Tomorrow I'm working, yeah. I have to do it tomorrow night, Alice.
God, you work hard.
I do work hard, you're right. Right, so I'm going to read some of these questions, Alice, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Alice, what designs do you enjoy tattooing the most, and what would you consider to be your best work?
My favourite designs, I do like doing big colour pieces, and I like tattooing on a calf or a thigh. I like doing things that involve an animal, and I like doing things that look pretty and jewelry with flowers. Like one of my favourite ones I've ever done was like a big cheetah, and it had like the jewels and stuff coming off it. It was really nice.
You did that recently, didn't you?
Yeah.
That was good.
It's nice,
I
isn't
like
it?
that. And you don't do a lot of animals, I don't think. Not like cheetahs and stuff.
No.
That's very different for you, Alice.
But I really enjoyed it.
Let's go back to talking about that again in a minute.
Okay.
What's the best and worst thing about being a tattoo artist?
The best thing is that it's exciting, and every single day you're doing something different, and you get such a rewarding, satisfying feeling at the end for yourself, knowing you've created something, but also because you know how much it means to the other person. The worst thing is it is one of the most... I genuinely think what we do is as high pressure as being a surgeon, because we can't make mistakes, and You're doing something for life, and the pressure that comes with it of knowing... If you don't care as much about what you're doing with someone, it doesn't matter. But when you really care about the outcome and you care about your customer, the pressure is so high when you're doing tattoos, and also the amount of work that goes on outside of the tattooing, like the drawing, the designing, trying to think of things, the amount of different drafts you're doing for a tattoo. Like, there's a lot of work that goes into it. It's not just you look cool when you're tattooing, but there's a lot of stress behind the coolness.
It is 100% up there with one of the most high pressure jobs going. Yeah. Because you, like you said, you can't make mistakes, and the one of the hardest things is that you're putting someone through pain as well.
Yeah.
They're in agony as well, and like I can only talk for myself because of portraits. They take so long, and you can't fuck a portrait up.
No.
Especially like you know, so many people having portraits of like family members who've passed away. These are really serious stuff.
Yeah.
You can't mess that up. And then with the customer move, if they can't take pain very well and they're moving, it's so stressful. It can be such a stressful day. Do you find that your eyes hurt at the end of the day? My eyes
so
hurt.
bloodshot, and I have to do that and keep squeezing them, and they feel really like stingy. But it's just from being so like close and concentrating.
Yeah, and I always find. Do you find that because you're looking so closely at the design and you're literally looking at that for so long, that when you look up, your long distance eyesight is fucked. Like I could be tattooing, looking at this perfect for 3 hours. I could glance over, look at Dan on the other side of the room, and I can't even make out his face. I can't even it's just blurry.
Yeah, I am meant
to
wear glasses.
It's fucked up my long distance eyesight.
Well, I'm meant to wear glasses when I'm tattooing, but I feel like it's like a barrier between me and the art, and I just want to be in there amongst it. And when I've got my glasses on, I'm like, oh, get me out of this cage. I want to be amongst it. Yeah, so I don't like wearing my glasses.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's good. Oh, this is a good one. If Alice wasn't a tattoo artist, what else would she be? Definitely not a teacher.
No, not a teacher. Do you know what? I loved being a carer.
Did you?
Loved it. Loved looking after people.
That's hard work though, right?
Really hard work, but I really, really enjoyed it. Especially some of my clients, like they're just so lovely and so sweet, and I really did enjoy that. But I do feel like to be happy in life, I would have had to have been doing something creative. So I don't know, maybe I'd be a carer and then like on the side I'd be like, don't know, making little embroidery things and selling them on Etsy or something. Do you know what I mean? Like something, so I'm still being a bit creative. That's
good. Who's your favourite tattooist?
You.
If you didn't say that, we'd have had some serious talks later on. Does she want an apprentice?
I would love an apprentice. I would love taking someone on and just teaching them everything I know and just being really proud of them and being like, oh, that's amazing, keep going, you can do it. Like I like the thought of like, you know, passing on all your knowledge onto someone else, and I'd want them to tattoo exactly the same as me, so I could be like, that's my little apprentice there, look,
little prodigy.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is Alice?
Oh my god, I get that all the time.
Standard. Oh, and this one, how do you feel about being referred to as an arsehole? I don't think you're right in that, really, do you, honest?
No, I don't mind. I'm just used to you calling me honest now.
Yeah, well. No, I don't think it was that. It's because I wrote saying, oh, I didn't think about that, Clay. It's because I called you an arsehole in the thing.
Oh, and you've called me worse, so I don't really care.
That's true. That is true.
Takes quite a bit to offend me.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, I love getting ripped. Like, it makes me die when people are ripping me.
Why?
I don't know. Like when my boyfriend's real, like being really mean to me, I'm like, oh my god, okay.
Say more.
Like the other weekend, I've never had it before, but I had a little pile.
Honest? Fucking.
Yeah, and all he did was rip me about my pile. Like we went to Cardiff and it was wild windy, and he was like, we need to get you inside, your pile must be flapping around like crazy in this wind, like that. And it just makes you die, because he was like, oh, I'm going to tell everyone you've got a pile, and I'd be like, no, but I actually love it. I love getting the mick taken out of me. It's gone now, by the way. It's gone. Like, it's only like, it's gone.
Yeah, unless you don't have to justify your piles to me, but there's a lot of people who could be watching this.
We'll just cut that bit out.
No, don't cut anything out here.
What?
It's a fucking podcast on us.
Yeah, but you're going to edit it and
yeah,
cut
only
stuff
edit
out.
like that camera to that camera, so it's flicking back to me and you.
Oh, I thought you were just going to like edit out bits that we don't really want in there.
It's a podcast.
Oh, I thought we'd like talk for 2 hours and you'd condense it down to like 45 minutes.
No, Alice.
Oh. Right, okay. Right, well.
Alice, you haven't even said anything bad.
Wow. I don't want people knowing I've got piles. Well, I haven't anymore, but I did. Just for a little bit. It was only tiny.
Alice, you don't really care.
Oh, okay, I don't. Everyone gets them, don't they?
No, I don't. Do you feel awkward now? I can't believe that you thought... How does it... I've never seen a podcast that sounds edited. They always just... Especially the ones that you watch, they look like they're... You could tell if it was edited, if stuff was cut out.
Really?
And then that's not the whole point of a podcast, is it?
Okay.
It's general chatting shit about tattoos and piles.
Like, when we were talking about my moustache, I was thinking, oh, at least I'll just tell him afterwards to cut the moustache bit. But you're just not going to just go in there.
Well, no one would know you've got a moustache, Anna, so it's okay.
Okay, thank you. Same as no one now got piles.
Well, they do now.
Well, I didn't have.
So she's got a moustache, she's got piles. What else, Anna? Tell us some more.
What other ailments?
Yeah,
I've got?
tell us.
I haven't got
You don't
anything else
care,
on me.
Alice. Don't act like you
What
care.
else do you want me to say?
I don't know. Tell us some stories. You've always got good stories on us.
No,
you do. You told
There's
us.
stories was just for you.
No, come on. You got some good stories to share.
What?
Bring the content, Annis. Come on.
Well, you're the host.
Yeah, and I'm telling you to give me some content. Come on,
You've
got
that.
Annis. If I said
Start
to you,
hosting.
okay, Annis. No, I can't even ask you some stuff. I could ask you some stuff that you've told everyone on set, but you just be like, don't fucking say that.
Don't stitch me up.
Don't stitch you up.
Yeah,
don't stitch you up. I'm not going
I've
to stitch you up.
stitched myself up enough now, anyway.
Do you not find that you always stitch yourself up?
Yes. I don't know how it happened. I actually don't know why I do it. Like, when I was buying my house, right, I said to my dad, please can you come with me to the bank, because I need to get like this check and it's quite a lot of money and I don't want to be alone when I do it, because I don't even want to carry the check. I just wanted my dad to look after it and take it to the solicitor, whatever you do with it.
Like a security guard.
Yeah, I just thought, I can't do this alone. Like, I need you to be with me, Dad. And so I went to my bank. This boy, he was quite nosy actually, and I was like, oh, can I have a check for this much? And he was like, oh, that's a lot of money. Are you buying a house? And I went, yeah, I am actually. And he went, how are you finding it? And I went, well, to be honest with you, it's the worst thing I've ever done. I've never been so anxious, and I've had diarrhea now for 3 months straight because of it. And then my dad was like, this, and then this boy didn't really know what to say, and then he gave me the check, and he went, well, good luck and keep hydrated. And I was like, okay, thank you. And I walked out. My dad was like, why did you just tell him that? And I was like, I don't know. Just came out as being honest.
Oh my god.
I know.
Honest, I've missed you. This is typical fucking honest, isn't it?
Yeah, but why do I do that?
Why do you do tell people a lot of personal stuff?
Yeah. I think I get a bit awkward sometimes, and then it just comes out.
Do you not think that you're about to tell someone you've had diarrhea and you might think that's absolutely revolting?
Yeah.
So
but
why do you say it?
It doesn't register in my mind until it's coming out.
To be honest, I don't mind because it gives me a lot of laughs.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
Yeah, you like my stories.
Do you know what I like? I like banter that's well awkward. I love like banter that makes everyone else not laugh. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's like, shouldn't laugh at that, shouldn't laugh at that, and that makes me laugh. But then the awkward thing about that is if you're the one that's laughing, you look like a sicko.
Yeah, like when someone falls over and you just want to absolutely die, and then you're like, oh, you can't because they've fallen over.
Not so much that, I think. What sort of sense of humour would you say you've got?
Silly.
I'd say I've got a dark sense of humour.
I'd say mine's silly.
Yeah, yours is
very
silly.
repetitive as well.
Yours is?
Yeah. I'll find the same thing over and over again. Like I think I've got quite an annoying sense of humour.
Do you know what? I get asked so many times by my customers, is Alice really like that? Is she actually that ditzy? And I'm just
I don't think I'm ditzy.
You are, honest.
I think ditzy means thick.
No, ditzy doesn't mean thick. Ditzy means a bit like, just
in a bubble. That's
yeah,
what
like
says.
you
live
in
your own little bubble.
Alice in Wonderland. That's what you live in.
Yeah.
You are exactly like that.
Yeah, all of my customers,
in a dream
to
world.
be fair, when they come in, they always go, God, I didn't actually think you were going to be like this.
I think that everyone that meets you thinks you're fascinating. I literally think I could leave these cameras on, leave you in here on your own, and fuck off for an hour, and come back and I'd have great content. Honestly. Just, if I said to you, Alice, I'm going to leave you for an hour, entertain yourself in here, because I'm going out, and left you and left everyone recording, you would... I could come back and make a podcast out of that.
Really?
Yeah.
I was worried that this podcast would just be dead. I was like, you have interesting people on that have got actual life stories to tell. And I kept saying to you, didn't I? I was like, I don't know why you want me to do it. What do you want me to talk about?
Annis.
And you were like, Annis, just talk.
Annis, just
talk.
Annis, just be yourself.
Yeah.
That's what it's about, Annis.
Okay.
Do you know what would be good?
What?
If we could get a sketch on here as well.
Oh my
That would be funny.
God. Oh my, What, he is so funny, isn't he? He's so funny. Were you there for I don't think you were there for this. I don't know if just tell a story or whether you'll know about it. I don't think you do know about it.
What?
Were you there when... Yeah, you do know about it.
I don't even know what you're going to say. Say it.
About Jen in the office.
No.
Were you not? Do you not know this?
No.
So, you know he's really bad with names?
Yeah, I do know this, but you can tell it. It's so funny.
It's not as good because you...
Yeah, but people who are watching don't know what... This is typical
yeah, but if
sketch.
you're listening, though, you need to be able to see the map. Like, you need to be able to see...
It's on YouTube, Annis. People are watching. What do you think the fucking cameras are for?
But the thing is, if I was going to listen to a podcast, I'd just listen to it. I wouldn't watch a video for it.
Yeah, but no, Annis.
Okay.
Do you know Joe Rogan gets like millions of... I mean, Joe Rogan's got a massive podcast.
What?
What?
I have no idea.
His podcast is probably the biggest podcast in the world.
No, it's not. Not bigger than Scott Mills.
How many views does that get?
Well, I don't know, but I listen to it all.
Joe Rogan gets absolutely
Joe Rogan?
millions. Do you know what? Just Google it, Annis. Just Google it when you're at home. Go on, carry on with your story.
So I was in the office speaking to Jen, getting her to print something out for me, and I was sort of like stood behind her, and then Sketch came in through like the door opposite. So Jen's there, I'm here, Sketch is there. And he's so bad with names, isn't he? And he went... And I went... And he went... And I went... And he went... And I went... And then he went... Shane, can you print this off for me? And I was like, oh my God, she's not called Shane, she's called Jen. And he was like, you just said she was called Shane. And I was like, Jen. And he went, oh, it looked like you were going, Shane. And I went, why would she be called Shane? Her name is Jen. But then we called her Shane then for about a year, didn't we? He's ridiculous.
He is so funny, isn't he?
So funny. Like he is an alien.
And then didn't he call someone else? Didn't he call her something else after that? Because he just couldn't remember her name.
Just Shane.
No.
But and then Sophia, one of our runners.
Sophia, yeah.
He used to call her Veronica, and we'd be like, he'd go Veronica.
Yeah, I remember that.
Like, who are you calling?
Yeah.
He'd go Von over there, and then we'd be like, who's Von? He'd be like, Von, and she'd come over, and she'd be like, yes, Sketch, and we'd be like, that's Sophia, and he's like, no, this is Von, and we'd be like, what? And he'd go, Veronica, Von, and we'd be like, why are you calling her that? And he was like, I just always thought she was called Veronica, and now she that's what she lets me call her. He's ridiculous, isn't he?
I remember him saying that. I remember him being sat there in the consultation room, and he was going, Veronica, and I was like, who the fuck is Veronica? And he was like, the runner girl. And I was like, the run? What are you talking about? There's no one here called Veronica. Yeah. Shane? Where's Veronica?
He was like something went wrong. I can't remember what broke. And then Jack, the camera, I don't know what they're called, like camera technician or whatever. Yeah. And he fixes things. And something broke. And I went, oh, why don't you ask Jack to do it? Right. Bearing in mind, Jack was like, stood there. I went, well, just ask Jack to do it. And he went, Jack! I went, he's there! And he went, oh, sorry, mate, I never knew you were called Jack. And he thought he was called something like Gavin or something. And I was like, what is wrong with you? He's ridiculous.
Oh, my God.
He's ridiculous. Do you remember that time when we were doing that? So what can we do for you? And then we do our little sketching, which, by the way, we do on the spot. How many people say to that, you don't really do the sketching then and there, do you? We do. We actually do.
Yeah, we are that good.
Well, some of our sketches are a bit ropey if you don't want to get picked. And he was drawing this thing. It was like a skull, and he'd done this banner round it. And he was writing something, and I kept looking and thinking, like I couldn't work out what he was writing, and it said something and death, and I was just like, what is that? Like, I was like, what are you doing? I was like, what are you doing there then? And he was like, oh, doing a cool badass G drawing. I don't even know what he's like. Says all this lingo. I don't even know what he's saying. And I was like, but what's this? Like, what have you written there in that banner? And he went, life. And I was like, what? And he went, life. And I was like, I don't get it. And he went, life and death. And I went, do you mean life? And he was like, yes, life. And he had spelled it Lithe, and he thought that life was life. Honestly.
I don't remember that.
Honestly, and now me and him, he will always, like, if we're having a good day, I'll go, God, I'm having the time of my life right now. And we all, rude, we always diet it. Him to say life.
Oh my God. He is a one-off, isn't he?
Yeah,
I've
he
never
is.
met anybody like Sketch.
No, nor me.
He's
Oh my
so
God,
funny.
he makes me die. Oh, God.
He's so funny.
He is a little alien, isn't he?
He's just it. He's so creative though, isn't he?
Oh my God. You know, like sometimes we'll have people coming in and they'll have a tattoo that you think, God, you cannot turn that around. Like, what are you going to do that? And then he'll go, I can see a dragon in that. I think we can do this with it. And then you're like, how is your brain seeing that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is very creative.
Like he said this before, and he goes, "I'll cover that with that," and like you were just saying, and I'll be like,
"That's not gonna work."
If you can cover that, mate, do it. And then he does it. He pulls it out of the bag, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Fucking hell, fair play."
Yeah, he is clever.
He's very creative.
What's the worst you've seen?
Well, I actually wasn't here, but Dan was here, and a girl came in here with her mum. Did I tell you about? I told you about this last night, but I'm going to tell it again. So, come into the shop and with her mum, who was in her 60s or whatever, and she was in her like late 30s, and she said she wanted this tattoo to the lad who was here, and the lad who was here, helping out here at the time came out standing. He goes, listen to this, and he goes, well, tell him what you want, and she wanted a line right across the bottom of her stomach.
Yeah.
And and she wanted it to say, if you get past this, you gotta fuck it.
That. The fact she came with her mum.
And her mum was like, I've told her it's disgusting.
I'm sorry, but if that was your mum would not even let you step foot inside the tattoo shop if that's what you want. I can't believe the mum came with her.
Well, the mum came with it, like, as in to say, like, I don't want her to have it done. And Dan was like, no, I'm not doing that. And she was like, her mum was like, thank you. And Dan was like, can you believe?
It's so bad, isn't it? Why? But I genuinely think when people get tattoos, sometimes they don't actually consider that they're there forever.
No, they don't.
People take it well lightly, don't they? Like the thought of getting a tattoo. Some people, anyway.
And because some people think that anything is coverable, they think, oh, I'll just get it covered up. It don't work like that.
No.
Should we play a game?
Yeah.
Right. So, we're gonna do a repeat of a little game that we played.
We've never done this again, have we? And
No.
it was one of our favourite things we've
But it was good.
ever
Let's
done.
move this out of the way. So me and Alice are going to play a game where we look at each other and draw each other, but we can't look at the piece of paper that we're drawing on. We just got to look at each other, yeah?
But I feel like
Why
I'll
have
be
you
able to see
you've
yours.
took all the paper? I've got one sheet.
Okay, you go. One more.
Right, okay.
I wish I could go like this so you can't see it.
Well, you can't, Alice. But that's the good thing. We don't want to see it.
No. I'll be looking at you and I'll be able to see what you're drawing.
No, you won't. Keep your mic
Jane,
next to you.
all of these are so in the way.
There you go. That's all right. Keep your mic right next to your mouth. You can
sorry.
move it around, Alice. You can move it around.
No,
Oh.
I'm too scared to touch it.
Shit. Okay. Right. Are we ready? Remember to
Yeah.
just keep looking at me.
Yeah, wait, I just need to see this. a bit.
Ready?
Yeah,
On 3.
okay.
1, 2, 3.
It's such a strange
I feel like
thing,
I've
wasn't it?
absolutely balled this up already.
I know,
massively.
I haven't started where I would have wanted to start.
No, I know mine's gonna look terrible.
I haven't taken my pen off the page yet.
Oh, haven't you?
No, I've done it all with it on.
Ah, tactics.
I
I like
really
that.
want to look.
Yeah, same. But we can't.
We're
yet.
not allowed.
No. It's so hard, isn't it?
Yep. I wonder whether mine will look. I finished. I wonder whether mine will look similar to the last one I did of you.
Mine is going to look absolutely terrible. I can see. I don't even know where my hand's going in.
You're doing my puffy hair now.
Yeah,
aren't you?
I'm just scribbling it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do your ears. Should I do I'll do the headphones as well.
That's where I started on you.
Oh.
I wish I hadn't.
Oh, this is going to be so bad.
Do you find it weird when people can't draw things?
In a minute, yeah, but put your hand over it so you can't see it.
Yeah, okay.
Right, okay. And then you
No,
look,
no,
you
can
look
I
at it.
look at it?
You look at
Can
it first. Oh my god. That is
Mine's
so weird.
different to what I thought it was going to look like.
Mine is absolutely terrible.
Mine's not nowhere near as good.
Do you
as
feel
my
like this
first
is
one.
not as funny?
No, it's
as it was the first
this
time?
isn't as good as my first one was. My first one I ever did of you was so good.
We'll never recapture that moment again.
Never.
It's actually not as good, is it?
No. this is weird.
Right, okay. Do you want to show it to the camera first? I'm not going to look. Okay, right, I'm going to show mine. Don't look.
Okay.
I mean, mine doesn't really make any sense, but there you go. Wait there.
Remember how good that first one was?
I don't know if they can see that. Yeah, that first one's so good. Right, are you ready? Go on, show me
Yeah.
yours first. Do you know what's weird? That looks like an abstract drawing.
Yeah, I
Mine
know.
doesn't. Yours looks... I'm still quite impressed with it, honest.
I am actually really good without
You're
looking.
actually not that bad at that game. I'm absolutely
I
terrible
keep
at
it
it.
all in one area, don't I? There's your teeth there, though. Look.
Well, I always notice my teeth because you always draw them the same.
Yeah. And they're your best feature.
That's really bad, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But I'll tell you what I really like about it.
The bum chin.
My bum chin. How does mine always actually look quite good?
I don't know. Like the nose, I know like everything's a little bit way out of proportion, but did you see how?
I've kept
do you know
you
what
all inside the headphones.
No. Do you know what it is with yours? Like my eyes, my nose, my mouth, my beard, and my eyebrows are all together. They just look like they've been pulled off the shape of the head.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And everything's just been moved slightly. Whereas mine,
I don't get.
I
how
mean,
you
look where
make
your
yours.
hair is over your left eye.
I don't get. And look at my eye. You've just drawn the eye, and then the eyelashes are next to it. I don't know how you're doing that. Maybe
Well, no,
you're trying.
it started off well with the eyes.
Is that what you started with?
The eyebrows. Door stoppers.
Nothing will ever beat the first time. That first time. Do you know what? Do you know why it was so funny?
Why?
Because obviously I had been drawing you, and then I glanced at it, and then I couldn't even look at it because I was laughing so much. My eyes were screwed up. I had to keep like going like this to look at it. And why it was so funny was because although it was really basic, it was the spitting image of you, wasn't it?
It was good.
It was. Like I can't get over how funny it was. You were like a little piranha or something, didn't you? It was so funny.
It was really
Do you know
good.
how much I was absolutely crying, wasn't I?
That's to be fair, that is such a good video as well, isn't it?
It's my favourite.
That is a good video.
Yeah, I keep it. It's my pinned tweet, and I always watch it.
Do you?
Like if ever I go on my Twitter and I'm like, oh, don't really never know what I'm doing on Twitter, and I don't know how to use it. And then I'll just click on my profile. It's just at the top, so I'm just always like, oh god, that was so funny, and I just watch it.
It's one of them. I remember thinking, I don't know anyone who could watch this video without at least smiling, but laughing definitely.
Oh god.
Like, I don't know anyone. I always laugh out loud no matter how many
Same.
times I watch it. I
Makes
feel
me
like it's not just because we
die.
know each other. I feel like anyone watching that would laugh.
Yeah.
Because it's funny, isn't it, when you watch other people laughing?
Yeah.
It's so
Remember
funny.
when we would play that game where we'd do fake laughs until we'd laugh? Do you
Shall we do it
remember?
again? Should we try it? I don't think it'll work. It won't work, will
It's
it?
too loud and it'll be booming around, won't it?
Yeah, it will be.
It'll be too loud. People don't want to hear that.
You just do a fake laugh.
No, I don't know how. Like my fake laugh's real. Like it's just. I don't know. It's hard, isn't it? You have to be in the right situation.
That's gone fast, hasn't it?
Yeah, that has actually gone well fast. I didn't think we'd have anything to talk about.
Oh, Annis, really?
I actually didn't think we would. One, because we were up well late last night talking, and even when I went to bed, I thought, damn, I wish we hadn't spoke so much. We'll be so flat tomorrow. But it just never is it?
It never is, Annis.
We do have good chats, don't we, Jane?
We do.
So is that it then? Is that what you do? So this is it? This is how you do a podcast, just have a chat?
Normally, I like to structure them a bit better because it's you, Annis. It's just a bit more unplanned.
Yeah, I half of me wishes you'd done bullet points or something. I felt like...
But why? Then it's all like... It's not
why?
natural then, is it? Like, it's
No.
not structured and stuff.
And you know me.
That's what I mean. It wouldn't be natural if I was to then go, oh, so Alice, what have you been up to this year? Have you done this? Oh, you were on Tiny Fixes from 2000.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that, Alice. Get real.
We're too natch for that, aren't we?
Too natch.
And we are best friends.
Holly and Phil.
Yeah, we are, aren't we? We're the Holly and Phil of the dark side, though, because we're like rebels with our tattoos and stuff.
On that note, Alice, it's been fun.
Okay. Thanks for having me. Is that what you say? Thanks for having
Why
me.
you give them everyone a wave at home? Give me a nice big Annis wave. No, you're on this camera.
Bye.
You just knocked that camera,
Sorry,
Annis.
give it a wave then.
I don't need to give it a wave. Bye.